Rick Donnelly is Stratford, car number 7. 28 of Dale Holdridge alongside row number 1. Row 2 has the 70 of Jimmy Broderick and the 17 of Harry Hansen. That looks to be the 22 of Jeff Barry, the 12 of Larry Lamphere. Row number 4 has car number 36 of Dennis Gata and the 33 of Mark LaJeunesse. Next row has car number 11 of Charlie Savage of East Haddam and the 19 of Phil, make that Moose Hewitt. Next row has car number 1 for John Bennell and the 58 of Mark Recaro, the 21 of Mike Gata and the 64 Larry Ross. That looks to be the 10 of Harry Rice, the 54 of Teddy Christopher, the 16 of Rick Knapp and the 34 Glenn Sullivan. For George Greco of Easton, the 14 of Ricky Young alongside. That's the 27 of David Gata, Lloyd Agor, and the 12X, Bobby Potter in the 31, going scratch on the field. It's a 07 of Jamie Marvin. Safety vehicle off the racing surface. Look for the start between turns 3 and 4. Billy Long steers the field down for one final time as Rick Donnelly looks to lay the field down out of turn number 4. Dale Holdridge back to the runner-up position at the start finish line. Jimmy Broderick picks up in the 3rd position. The 22, Jeff Barry, runs 4th. Field nice is 4th position. Turn number 3 is Mark Recaro. Tags the arm-cone barrier between the turns. First caution flag of this event coming out as the field was coming down to complete lap number 1. As Mark Recaro can get that lap into the record books. It's having Rick Donnelly and Dale Holdridge trying once again through the turns. Field swaps a little pain. And on the backstretch, Rick Donnelly and Dale Holdridge accelerate through the turns as Rick Donnelly looks to pick up where he left off with the 7. Jimmy Broderick and Dale Holdridge battle side by side through turn number 2. Broderick looks to stick his nose out ahead just a bit. 22, Jeff Barry runs in the 4th spot. Then it's Harry Hansen in the 17. Broderick and Holdridge continue to battle side by side. Now Broderick takes over turn number 2. Jeff Barry now battles with Dale Holdridge. They battle side by side out of turn number 4. As Jeff Barry looks to take over that 3rd position for Dale Holdridge. Holdridge hangs up high with car number 28. Drops back to the 4th spot. Then it's Dennis Gata, car number 36. Gata breaks out into the top 5. Pack the field, runs side by side, door handle, bumper to bumper through the turns. Harry Hansen now breaks out into 6th. That's Charlie Savage in for 7. We've got trouble. Lightning Larry Lamphere goes around with car number 12. He's picked up by the 19 of Bill Rondo. Current modified point leader Lloyd Agor stuck behind the 19 of Hewitt. Agor backs up the 12X, the 07 of Wayne Hebert. Also got stuck with nowhere to go. Didn't look as though the contact was too severe on any of the driver's part. As we see Lamphere firing up car number. Once again, we're looking to get the feature back underway. 4 laps now being scored as complete. Rick Donnelly now has Jimmy Broderick alongside car number 70. Safety vehicle moves off the racing surface. The field accelerates to turn number 3. Rick Donnelly gets it by once again. This time, Jeff Barry and Jimmy Broderick battle for that runner-up position in turn number 1. Dale Holdridge hangs there in position number 4. And then the 36 of Dennis Gata. Charlie Savage up to 6th. We've got trouble between the turns. That's Jeff Barry and Jimmy Broderick tangle. Both cars getting up in the air, but both cars pulling away at the same time. Another car involved looks to be the 33 of Mark LaJeunesse. We're not sure whether they actually made contact or whether he was just stuck with nowhere to go with car number 33. Jeff Barry showing a little sheet metal damage to car number 22. So apparently contact not all that too severe on either driver's part. Have to wait and see whether Broderick looks to go pit side with the 70, and he does. Have to guess that Jeff Barry will do the same with the 22. Mark LaJeunesse also going pit side with the 33. White screen flag going out to the field. Jeff Barry looks to come back out with car number 22 over at turn number 4. Barry looks to pick up at the tail end of the field with the 22. Barry took off a little bit of that dangling sheet metal. He's all set to go. He's at the tail end of the field. Back up in front, Rick Donnelly once again has Dale Holdridge alongside in the 28. Side by side, they work their way down to turn number 3 as Billy Long sends them off once again as Rick Donnelly gets by down to turn number 4. Field still has 4 laps down, 26 laps remaining in this 30-lap feature event. Dale Holdridge continues to chase down the 7 of Rick Donnelly. Dennis Gaeta now runs third with a 36. And Harry Hansen and Donnie Bennell in the top 5. Once again, the middle of the pack runs side by side. Teddy Christopher in the 54 sneaks his way into the 6th spot. Trying to spread itself out just a bit through the turns. Jeff Barry off the racing surface once again. Jerry Bowman in trouble down the back stretch with the 0-7. Harvey gathers it back in though as we continue to run under green. Rick Donnelly looking to pick up his first feature victory of the season with car number 7. Christopher looks to follow suit with the 54. Christopher battles with Dennis Gaeta in the 36. Christopher comes out on top. Gaeta back to 5th. Mike Gaeta in trouble, doing a fine job keeping the car in line. Rest of the field able to sneak on by as Gaeta limps to a halt over turn number 1. Being ordered to cross over, quench green flag already being displayed to your field. Rick Donnelly and Dale Holdridge trying to once again through the turns. This time by, we have 9 laps down, 20 laps remaining this 30-lap feature event for the modifieds. Field looks to accelerate just a bit down the backstretch. Dale Holdridge jumps out ahead with car number 28. Billy Long throwing the green flag. But quickly throwing out the caution flag, attempt to let the cars have a little bit of racing room to spread out before he threw the caution flag. As Rick Donnelly, a car number 7, he's on the pole. He's the one that sets the pace. Field looks to get back into their proper restarting positions. Billy Long looks to go down trackside, attempt to speak to both Rick Donnelly and Dale Holdridge, telling them he wants them side by side when he throws the green. Looks to get back into their proper restarting positions. Donnie Bennell, Teddy Christopher in row number 2. That looks to be Dennis Gaeta in the 36 and the 34. Glenn Sullivan in row 3. Charlie Savage looking to make it a 3-car wide start in that next row as Billy Long sends the field off once again as Rick Donnelly sets the pace for car number 7. Donnie Bennell now moving up into the runner-up position with car number 1 as Teddy Christopher in the 54. 28 of Dale Holdridge. Bennell goes around, running in the 2nd position. He backs up out onto the racing surface. The caution flag coming back out with 9 laps scored is complete. Rick Donnelly, your car leader, car number 7, Donnie Bennell, looking to make his way back out onto the racing surface with car number 1. Dale Holdridge continues to hold on to the 2nd spot with a 28. 54, Teddy Christopher now runs in the 3rd spot. Dennis Gaeta runs in the 4th spot with car number 36. Glenn Sullivan in car number 34 looks to be holding down to the 5th spot. Mark Smith looks to make his way back out with car number 33. Rick Donnelly once again will have Dale Holdridge alongside. We look to go back to green. Looking to make some final rearrangements in the starting order. Larry Ross pulls up alongside Dennis Gaeta in row number 2. 34. Glenn Sullivan runs in the 5th spot. George Greco in the 5. Should be starting on the outside of row number 3. Harry Rice in the 10. Starts on the inside of row 4. Rick Young will start alongside. That looks to be the 27 of David Gaeta and the 31 of Bobby Potter. Field for feature win number 1 with 7. Larry Ross, the car number 64, goes around in front of the field. The 22 of Jeff Berry and the 33 of Mark Lajeunesse also involved. Contact wasn't too severe on any of the drivers' part, as all were able to fire up on their own power. Tough break for Larry Ross as he had been working in the top 4 when that caution period came out. Once again, we have 9 laps down, 21 laps remaining. Rick Donnelly, Dale Holdridge trying once again through the turns. Once again, we look for the start between the turns. Safety vehicle off the racing surface. Rick Donnelly and Dale Holdridge trying once again through the turns. Donnelly looks to get the bite out of turn number 4. Dale Holdridge right in there for that second position. Dennis Gato holding off the challenges of Glenn Sullivan in the 34. Sullivan looks to take over that third spot in the third turn. Vito works out of turn number 4, clean lap number 10. Donnelly continues as your leader. Dale Holdridge runs second. That's Glenn Sullivan in the 34 and the 36 of Dennis Gaeta. Dennis Gaeta a little up high with car number 36. The rest of the field able to sneak on by as we've got trouble. This time it's the 5 of George Greco. Tags the Armco barrier. Caution flag back out. Once again, the safety vehicle looks to move down off the racing surface on the backstretch. Rick Donnelly and Dale Holdridge trying once again through the turns. 11 laps down. As we look to complete this major event as Rick Donnelly now has Glenn Sullivan in the 34, Dale Holdridge in the 28. Handling on his back bumper. Sullivan looks to sneak ahead of Holdridge over turn number 3, but this time 8. Swap a little paint as Glenn Sullivan, Harry Rice, and Dale Holdridge go up in the air. Tough break for Dale Holdridge. He's been running in that runner-up position for most of this feature event. Looks so another car involved is the 36 of Dennis Gaeta. Holdridge now back in the 28 up. Track crews over to check on the other drivers. The 10 of Harry Rice, the 36 of Gaeta. Gaeta now has the 36 backing up. That leaves only the 34, Glenn Sullivan, left to be serviced. Gaeta backing the 36 up. Rice has the 10 fired up. This time Donnelly has Ricky Young alongside. And we've got trouble once again at the front of the pack as Ricky Young goes around. Donnie Bedell also slips high through turn number 4. 16, Ricky Knapp also caught up in the traffic jam. We'll try lap 11 once again. Rick Donnelly now has Bobby Potter alongside row number 1. Row 2 has the 27 of David Gaeta. Neal looks to the start between the turns as Rick Donnelly once again looks to get the bite out of turn number 4. Potter glues himself to Donnelly's back bumper with the 31. David Gaeta runs in the third spot. Then it's Rick Knapp in the 16 and the 22 of Jeff Barry. Neal works her way out of turn number 4. This time by only lap number 12. Looks to spread itself out just a bit down the backstretch. Rick Donnelly leads Bob Potter out of turn number 4 to complete lap number 13. Potter continues to work the 31, but once again we've got trouble at the back of the pack. This time it looks as though it's a 10 of Harry Rice, the 33 of Mark Lajeunesse, and the 12 that's the Lloyd Agor. Rick Donnelly down low, Bobby Potter up high in the 31. Field accelerates a little early down the back stretch as Potter looks to stay right up with Donnelly, but Donnelly once again pulls out ahead out of turn number 4. Potter stays right with Donnelly through the turns. Steve again in the 27, runs in the third spot. Jeff Barry now battling with car number 16 for Rick Sleepy Knapp. Knapp running in the 4th spot. Field down complete lap number 14 this time line. Once again, the battle out on the racing surface of that 4th position. Jeff Barry looks to take over that spot as Donnie Bedell goes around once again. Well, that looks to be the 64, Larry Ross. Ross running up in the top position, goes around car number 64. picked up by Charlie Savage when he took his ride through the infield. Savage now fires up the 11X. Want to wait and see whether he makes a visit to the pit area. Everything's A-okay, and he remains out on the racing surface. With each other as Charlie Savage and Teddy Christopher in a little bit of a demolition derby over between turns 1 and 2. Savage now pulls away with car number 11X. Christopher pulls away with the 54. Watch Globe drivers very closely in turn number 3. Teddy Christopher looks to pull ahead of the 11 of Savage. Charlie Savage being pointed to the infield. Apparently he'll be thrown out for rough riding. About a little incident with Teddy Christopher between the turns. Lap number 18, this time by Rick Donnelly. Bob Potter, row number 1, row 2, has David Gate in the 27 and the 22, Jeff Barry. Donnelly once again gets a bite out of turn number 4. As he leads the field into turn number 1, Potter stays right with Donnelly, car number 31. David Gate now being challenged by Jeff Barry and car number 22. Beal works out of turn number 4, this time by the clean lap number 19. Potter once again looking down low with the 31. Donnelly hangs up with the 7. David Gator continues to battle with Jeff Barry for that 3rd position. Rick Knapp runs to the 5th spot with a 16. Neal continues to dice 4 positions in the middle of the pack. Jeff Barry drops back to the 5th spot. He's battling with J.B. Marvin. Marvin runs to the 6th spot with a 0-7. Nose to tail through the turns. Rick Donnelly and Bob Potter look to pull away from the 3rd place runner of David Gaeta. Donnelly continues to run that smooth line around the 1/3 mile oval. Potter continues to stay right on Donnelly's back bumper with the 31. David Gaeta continues to run 3rd. Potter looking to challenge for the lead. Turn number 3. David Gaeta continues to hang in the wins. Car number 27.
And it's been a long time. We talked about some of the problems you two have had all season long. The minor problems that have beset the automobile from time to time. Just last Saturday night, you lost the radiator hose. It looked as though you were going to even get burned in the process. But here you are, just 7 short days later, and you're already in the victory lane picking up the wins. Anybody out there you want to say a special thanks to?
Well, I'll say Freddie and those guys worked real hard in the car. There wasn't a real limited budget. I mean, like they have a quarter of what I used to run a car here with. And it's really hard for me. This tires on this car are always sold. And I'm glad I could go.
Well, evidently it wasn't too bad. You had the likes of Bob Potter, you had Dale Holdren, you had Ricky Young, Wes Sullivan were all up front. Anybody in particular you feared more than the others, or just everybody that came up alongside?
Well,